Hi there, and welcome to Ivan's Daily Photo. Today we're on day 25, and one of the things that I wanted to do today is to explore the concept of the basics of photography. And if we break the word photography and try to understand or decipher the meaning of the word, we find that the word photography stands for painting with light. Photos is light, and graph is drawing. So photography, in the root of it, is basically painting with light. And I wanted to use night light, street lights, as a way to paint the sensor of the camera to really emphasize this concept. But also because this is a really cool thing that you can do with your camera anywhere, at home or on the streets, especially if you have a place that has a lot of neon lights with lots of colors. It can be really cool. And the way to do this is very straightforward. You want to set your camera on on shutter priority, and you want to go maybe 40, 50, 60 seconds. And then you want to set your ISO to auto and let the camera basically figure the settings for you, and you're just up there to create. Move the camera around and basically move the sensor to let the light paint and create beautiful photography. So I will show you different examples of what I did, and then kind of help give you a better understanding of what this whole process is like, and hopefully something that you will be able to replicate and try it at home. So let's paint with light. So we're gonna paint with light, and the first thing that we wanna do is we wanna find some light that will help us do very interesting painting. Here I'm looking for the different dots of light. I'm gonna keep those in mind, and then the background being blue. My settings are gonna be shutter priority, ISO auto, and then I'm gonna keep the exposure long enough, maybe 1 minute. And here's what I'm playing with. I'm moving the zoom in and out and letting the camera turn around, or I'm moving the camera up and down as I'm moving it to the right. I can play with the moon, and this is kind of just as static as I could without moving the camera. And then once I have my position, I went in and then I move it just to do some interesting painting, and this is what came about. As you can see, your imagination is pretty, you can go all kinds of things. Straight up and down, straight to the right, straight to the left. If you find structures to put next to the item that you're photographing, it creates for a more interesting photograph. So I found a palm tree and kept focusing, and then now I'm moving the camera to do some painting with it to come up with some kind of more interesting structure. So you can keep looking around and see what else is up there that you can play with. You can look at street lights, and those can be very interesting because they can be very bright. So focus on them and then move the camera around to create interesting photography. And if there is different colors in the light, the more painting or the more colors that you can add to your image. And again, all of this is accomplished by how you move the camera, how fast, how slow, and it's up to you to just come up with different formations or different structures. And most of this actually is going to be very abstract. So rather than the items moving, you are the one moving the camera to create these kind of really interesting formations. I ended the evening by combining the front of the house and the back. So the front of the house had those blue lights that you saw earlier, and then the back has the yellow lights. And so I pan the camera horizontal to create this beautiful blues and warms because I'm combining the two different lights. Did this for a little bit, and then as you can see here, the moon is on the top, the front of the house, and then the back is creating this beautiful thing. I decided to try that, move it horizontally, but move the camera up and down a couple of times, and I end up with this, which I like, and it is my photo for today. Very abstract, but I'm painting with light, and it's something that I really kind of enjoy. And you can try this at home, and let me warn you, you're gonna get hooked, and you're gonna keep trying it and trying, because every single photograph is gonna be unique. I hope you like it.